Don't be shy, 'cause life won't bring you down too far.
This is Coogan Cassis for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. It's fight day. Finally got her, Natasha Jonas, the Friday morning here. It's a bit early here. I don't even think I've done an interview at 8:30 in the morning, ever.
Why? I'm not normally a good morning person either. I don't really start speaking till about 11, but I'm up and I'm okay.
Good. Have you found the last couple of days being in the bubble, that wait in the room? How's that been for you?
It's different. And yeah, it kind of is what it is. It's not. We've kind of done this whole thing at GB. I thought I'd left that behind when you boxing in the middle of nowhere and you have to stay in your room and there's nothing else you can do apart from get in bed and watch the telly. But yeah, like I say, it's for the safety of everyone, so it's worth it.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're kind of making history tonight as well by competing in the first all-women British world title fight ever, which is brilliant for the sport and brilliant for women's boxing, and you're going to be a part of that tonight.
Yeah, I think, growing up, the most fondest memories I had of boxing was the British rivalry between, Ben and Eubank Collins and all that. So I think that's what boxing needs. I think that's what fight fans need as well for British boxing, to help it grow, to see it at its elite level and to have them domestic rivalries that, people thrive off because you have to pick a side.
It's been an interesting build-up, not just this week, but it's been an interesting build-up between yourself and Terri, and also the little side plot of Joe and Steffi. We saw them at the press conference.
Steffi have had more head-to-head than we have.
I know. Listen, it's good for. I mean, look, they're very opinionated, both of them, Steffi and Joe, and all they're doing is they're backing their fighters, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. And I think we know what Joe's like. Joe's one of the most passionate people in the boxing who cares about his fighters. So it's been interesting to kind of see the dynamics between him and Steffi. What have you made of that? Like their little. I mean, listen, it's just. I'm not saying it's even banter. It's just everyone sticking up for their own fighter.
Yeah, no, it's, I know what Joe's like, so I find it hysterical, and like, social media people bite, and I just think it's hysterical, and obviously Steffi comes back and tries to give as good as he gets as well, so it has been quite fun to watch, but I don't really take an interest in it. It doesn't makes me laugh.
It's a side plot, isn't it? It's just a side plot to what the real thing is tonight, but I suppose you're sick to death of people over this build-up mentioning the Albionov fight, Natasha, as well. That must be like, I know it's been brought up to you and it's kind of been brought up to you now, but it must just think like, get over that. That was then and this is now.
Yeah, it's just I expect people to do that because that's what people are going to look for. Chinks in people's armor and ways that they can differentiate of who's going to win. Like, and I said it before, like when you're in a tournament, when we was on tournaments in GB, you used to get the roster for the day, and if you're somewhere in the tournament. That's Joe.
Yeah, got you back.
Yeah, so that's Joe. So yeah, you get the sheet of the tournament and you think that one beats that one and then they'll beat them and then that means I'll fight them. And you do it because, you're going off previous experience and who's beat who and how styles make fights. And that's just what you do. So I don't blame people for doing that. But it's done. It was 2 years ago.
I think Joe summed it up well in the press conference, and I think it's kind of an easy mentality to say what you just said there, that if he beat him and he beat him, that must mean that he would beat him in it, or she would beat it. It doesn't. Boxing doesn't work like that. We know boxing. It doesn't work like that. It's all about styles and also what happens on the night as well. has a lot to do with it. It's not a case of just because you've lost to this person, it's going to mean that he or she would beat you. I do agree with Joe when he said that at the press conference. So, do you think you are being overlooked by the public, possibly, or maybe even their side, the other side? Do you think you're being overlooked?
I definitely don't think Terry's overlooking me. Obviously,
No.
she and Steffi would be doing their homework, but I do think in the eyes of the public, maybe I am being a little bit overlooked. But that makes it all the more better for me and the sweeter for me, because all the comments and all the naysayers, they're going to be proven wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's I've been looking at the comments this week as well, and I've seen there's been a lot of support for you as well. But I think the public are kind of possibly looking at the majority thinking that Terri's going to win this fight. But there are a lot of people I've seen that have come out in support of you, Tasha, and say, look, please do not underestimate or rule out Natasha Jonas. It's going to be a difficult fight anyway. That goes without saying. She's a very, very good fighter. But you're on your A game, Tasha. You're more than capable of winning this fight, and you don't need me to tell you that. That's in your head anyway.
No, of course, and anything that I thought that I was lacking on at the start of camp, you don't even know how hard I've worked to make sure that isn't an issue, and that I believe in my fitness. I believe I can do 10 rounds. I've sparred tougher, harder rounds than I know she hasn't done what I've done in this camp. So that I go in with that belief that my camp's been better.
What is so obviously the weigh-in was done yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Seemed a bit of drama yesterday. Obviously, Akib Fiaz is now off the bill, so the fights are now down to 4 fights. Fight camp tonight, Metron put out yesterday. So yeah, we knew there was going to be some twists and turns in this fight camp, and I think that was the first one yesterday with one of the fights now falling through. Yeah,
I felt so sorry for him. For both lads, to be fair,
Yeah, Kane Baker as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Both come gone through a training camp. They've both got expenses, but it's just one of them unfortunate things where he fell ill. But it was devastating sitting next to Kane and seeing him so upset, because obviously he's worked hard to be here and to get on this platform and use it and make a statement, and he's not having the opportunity to do that.
Absolutely. Kane Baker's an absolute diamond of a kid. If anyone hasn't, obviously people around the boxing scene would know who Kane Baker is, but he's an absolute diamond. So it is really gutting for him to be missing out, as well as Akib as well. Jamie Moore's Akib Fiaz as well.
There's nothing that can be helped. It's not his fault. But yeah, they both of them, it's the same thing. They both had it's week 2. Everyone still talking about week 1, and more people will be tuning in for week 2. And, it's a big platform, and boxing's just only come back, and they both could have made the statement, and they're not going to have the opportunity to be able to do that, which is it's devastating for both lads.
Just coming back to yourself, I'm just going back on some of Joe's comments from the press conference. He told Steffi that Terri will get her chin checked. I think he made that reference about 3 or 4 times. You believe you can stop Terri on tonight? Tonight. Sorry.
Yeah, I did. I just think I punch hard. I know I punch hard. I've always have done. More times than others, I've relied on it. But I think now I'm a more complete boxer. And whatever she comes with, I'm ready for. And, she'll have to keep her hands off.
Well, it's an intriguing fight that everyone is going to be tuned into. Obviously, no crowd there tonight, but everyone will be tuned in on Sky Sports and the Zone tonight. So just before I let you go, Tash, I'm sure you'll have a keen eye come the 22nd as well, watching Katie Taylor rematch Pierre soon. What do you think happens in that fight, Tash?
I don't think the same thing happens as the first time. I think, Katie's gone away and would have worked on perfected her tactics, and I think she wins it a lot more clearer than she did last time. But you know, nobody expected that of pursuing the first time. She's got absolutely nothing to lose. So she could come and bring everything and try and actually go for it. I think she waited for her to finish and then she would attack herself at the end of that. But yeah, and another great women's fight on the cards. But I just think Katie, you know, our pride would have been hurt last time, especially with, you know, some people on social media and thinking that she had the decision. Me personally didn't think she had the decision, so their pride will be hurt, and she will wanting to make a statement, and I think that she will.
That's on August the 22nd. But tonight, I'm not going to speak to you about any other fighter or anything else. You've got a job to do tonight, and I'm sure you're very focused, you and Joe. So wish you the best of luck. Everyone will be tuned in, and hopefully we'll try.
And the new.
What's that?
And the new.
Yeah, wish you the best of luck, Tash. Like I said, it's a great fight between you and Harper. So
cheers, nice.
Absolutely, and hopefully we'll try and grab a word with you tomorrow.
Cool.
What are you doing today then? What is your plan between now and when you go to the venue, which is only a mile away anyway? But what do you do?
Yeah, just get your food in, carry on the refuel, have a little walk around. When I say a walk around, the 10
I know what you mean, yeah.
To the little foyer bit, but you know, yeah, you don't want to be sitting in your bed all day, but then you do want to have a little nap before fight time comes.
All right, well, good luck. I hope you and Terri are both safe and have a great fight tonight. And like I said, hopefully we'll catch up tomorrow.
Cheers. Nice one, thank you.
All right, appreciate your time.
No problems.